better know, better know.
We are the it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I can't kick it with jabroni's homes. Triple threat like Tony's home. All my life, man, they done me wrong. All my life, man, they done me wrong. TLC, cause they love the cop. Where the divas, they love the cop. Jeeps, creepers under tons of shots. Say you the champ, but they got it live. Yo, check fatter, it don't matter. Yo, car faster, it don't matter. Where the bitches, it don't matter. Mind the business, not a factor. You blow stacks, but it don't matter. Might take trips, but it don't matter. Make a flip, it don't matter. Kinda chatter, it don't matter. 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 You don't matter. It 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 don't matter. All my life I've been going hard. All my life they done me wrong. Always had some demons after me. Always had some hoes hit my phone. Bad influence, man, I gotta leave them alone. Watch how you talk, don't get a tone. Watch where you walk, man, them niggas carry chrome. Police will shoot you all cause you left your home. Why you calling, don't pick up phones. Just pick up checks like a super flex. Catch a DDT to some little beat in a rock bottom. I love the flex. Growing my hair cause I love the stress. Aaliyah sample when you're at your best. Cross splashing your bitch and we barely met. I just want the head that's belly sex. You may need protection while you flexing. Already know who I got with me. See fam, see lights out, see the same car when they shot Rick. Don't wear that shit out. Yo, check fatter, it don't matter. Yo, car faster, it don't matter. Where the bitches, it don't matter. Mind the business, not a factor. You might blow stacks, but it don't matter. Might take trips, but it don't matter. Make a flip, it don't matter. Kinda chatter, it don't matter. 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 It don't matter.
I said, hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? How y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing today, man? This is kind of an impromptu stream. I saw the news, what it come out, like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, and I was making a video, and I thought to myself, no, let me go ahead and stream. I haven't streamed in a minute. I'm trying to get more active with the streams, man, and this is, honestly, I'm not going to lie, this does not surprise me at all. I've been saying this is going to happen for, I think, since before this past year. Before this season even started, I'm pretty sure I had a video out talking about how if James Bradberry even looked pretty good, if James Bradberry looked even pretty good, we would be looking at him looking for a lot of money. And that's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. But let me say what's up first. Hold up. What up, Ankle Taker, Smiley? What up, William, Jay, Kendrick, Shake and Bake, Rex? Shaq deal looking a lot better now? In what way? I don't. How does that look better? that doesn't look good at all. In fact, I would say that James Bradberry's value to the team is way higher than Shaq's. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shaq's a good linebacker, but his value is not anywhere near as close as what James Bradberry's is. Especially when you consider what James Bradberry's been doing the last 3 years consistently compared to Shaq Thompson. Shaq Thompson is, I mean, he's had good years, but the best thing we could say about Shaq Thompson was that he learned under TD and Luke. That's really the best thing you can say about Shaq Thompson. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and front like this last year was great for Shaq. I mean, it was a solid year. It was good. I wouldn't go out and say it was like it was taking up the mantle, definitely a middle linebacker, because we're not even really sure if Shaq Thompson can play 16 games as the Mike. I'm not so sold on him playing the Mike. And then we get to talking about how he's going to be maybe an outside linebacker who isn't really a pass rusher or a pass rush specialist. He can definitely cover. Definitely a solid cover linebacker. We'll never take that away from him. But there are still questions. Definitely questions. I think that the Shaq's contract looks the same no matter what. Honestly. But yeah, I mean, it is money. Jano Saga all over again? Yeah. Yeah. I would be willing to go 14, maybe 14.5. 15 is tough. I would consider franchise tagging him. Well, the franchise tag wouldn't make any sense just because I'm pretty sure the franchise tag is the average of the top 5 guys, and the top 5, hold on, let me just look at it real quick. Let me just make sure it is the average of the top 5 guys. Just to make sure. Yeah. It's the so for in 2019. In 2019, the franchise tag number for cornerbacks was 16 million. You feel me? The franchise tag for corners was already 16 million. And I think that's because J-No's price drove it up. I'm pretty sure that this offseason, you can see right here. Hold on, let me put up my screen for you. You can see right here what most corners are making. Can y'all even see this? Can I make this bigger? I don't know if I can see it on the regular size, but you can see that the average per year is around 15 million anyway. It's probably going to be like 14 and a half. And the issue with franchise tagging him is that it's only a contract for 1 year. And, I mean, why would you want to just keep him for 1 year? It makes no sense because we already understand what next year is going to be. Why franchise tag for what his annual cost would be for a long-term deal? Then you're kind of stuck with him for only 1 season. And, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. You either lock him in for a long period of time, or you let him go. I mean, in a rebuild year, you do not want to franchise tag players. You don't want to have 10, 12, 15 million dollars hitting against your cap for a 1 year rental in a year you're not going to do anything. So looking at guys getting paid a lot, and then that number may even jump by the time when other guys start getting paid, like Byron Jones, and he's really the only guy I think is going to get paid. Here's a list of all the free agents. I don't know if you can even see the corners. Let me make this even bigger. Here are the corners right here. This is the NFL site for free agents by position. You can see it shows corners right here. There really aren't that many corners who are looking at getting very much money. There's Bradberry. There's Byron Jones. Jalen Mills is not good. I wouldn't max out Bradley Roby. Logan Ryan is a name you recognize, but even he is not all that great. He did not play all that great for the Titans this year. He looked all right against us. Trey Wayne's the name you recognize, but there really aren't that many names here where you would really even... I can't see too many names looking to make a move here. But let me go ahead and show you what we're talking about here. Today, the topic of this video is right here. This tweet here from Jeremy Fowler, which came out, what? Oh, it was actually at 8:30 in the morning. I did not see that at 8:30. But the tweet says, multiple sources from the Combine say Panthers cornerback James Bradberry, one of the top corners on the market, is aiming for 15 or more million per year on a new deal. Redskins are among the teams expected to be involved. Then there's another tweet from a Rhiannon Walker. I actually don't know who this person is. Cover the burgundy and gold for the Athletic. Oh, so she's the Redskins reporter for the Athletic. Panthers are not going to use the franchise tag on Bradberry because it's a rebuilding year, and he would love to play for Coach Ron Rivera. A lot of these players love Coach Rivera. Hey, a lot of these dudes love Ron. A lot of these players on the team loved Ron, and I can understand that. Because, I mean, look, it's not about hating Eric Snow. It's about when you're a player, you like your coach. If your coach is an all right dude, personable, a player's kind of guy. I mean, you want to play for the guy, honestly. Shaq's salary, which y'all like, is average 13.6, and Shaq plays a less premier position. I don't think a lot of people liked his contract. I think actually a lot of people thought it was a bad contract when it first came out. But I didn't have a problem with it at the time. I didn't have a problem with it because I thought the team would look a little bit different than what it does right now. If I had known the team was going to look like this back then, I would have had a much bigger problem with it. But I guess you have to lock someone down. I mean, damn. Lock someone down. Shit. but if we had known this, I would have rather locked down Bradberry with his contract instead of Shaq, and just trust in Christian Miller somewhere and look for some linebackers elsewhere. The big problem is our division, which I'll get to here in a second. Bradberry is so good. Do we really want a repeat of the Josh Norman situation? Even David Tepper should know how good James is. It's not an issue about knowing how good James Bradberry is. It's about we have so many holes. I mean, if you sign James Bradberry, you can't sign back Mario Addison. You can't sign back Mario Addison. If you sign James Bradberry, can you really extend Cam? If you get James, can you really extend Cam on a respectful deal? And then it's not just about this season. It's about how if you're going to keep James Bradberry for 3 or 4 years, that's $15 million against the cap, not just this year, but next year and the next year and the next year. And you think about the deals coming up, we got C-Mac. What are you going to do about that? Then you have Curtis Samuel coming up, I think, next year. And then you have DJ coming up in 2 years. So it's not just about paying what these guys are worth. It's also about thinking about which guys are you planning on keeping in the future when their contracts come up. You can't keep everybody, and you can't only think about contract negotiations and situations in the same year the contract is up. You got to look at the future as well, because when you talk about paying a guy now, that money's going to keep rolling over each year he's under contract, which means you may not have enough money to pick up someone else that you really want as well. It's tough. I mean, I want to keep James Bradberry. I would rather him than Shaq Thompson, but at this point, knowing what the season's going to be, I feel like James Bradberry doesn't add. How many wins does James Bradberry add compared to his number? With the team being what it is, probably going to look like next year, I don't know. Just how many wins do I really think James Bradberry adds for next year specifically? I couldn't tell you. I honestly could not tell you, and that's the big problem. There's just no way of being sure. I mean, we have so many holes, and it's hard to commit that much money when you already recognize what the team's going to be looking like this upcoming year. Can you really dead $15 million on one rebuild year? And then you have to also consider the rebuild probably won't just be one bad year and then we're a deep playoff run team. It might be 2 years. It really might be 2 years. So can you really risk using $30 million on a player to rebuild for 2 seasons in a row? That's when you get into the problems about, how do you want to spend the money? He is very, very effective. I mean, we can just look at it. We can go through it right now. I've made this point like 80 billion times already, but I like talking about this because because you get to talk to people who don't know about the actual impact that James Bradberry has on the team year after year. Right now, we're looking at Julio Jones' numbers only against the Panthers. This is a show games versus Panthers in his whole career. You can just see it right now. You can see this right here is the 2017 stats. Well, I got it all. This is the 2017 stats right here. Then you see 18 all the way through here, and obviously 19 is the last one. 2017, his numbers weren't really. I mean, he had 6 receptions for 118 yards in our first game against them, no touchdowns. Then he got 5 catches for 80 yards, no touchdowns. He only got in the last 3 full seasons. He's only gotten 1 touchdown against us in 1 game over 100 yards. That's Julio Jones, who is either the best or the second best receiver in the entire league. You feel me? He's getting scrub numbers. These are role player numbers, honestly. 80 yards here, 91 yards right there. Those are good numbers, but we saw Calvin Ridley get more than that, which is also another different reason. I mean, you got Dante on the squad still, but then you get into Michael Thomas's numbers. Michael Thomas's numbers against us over the past few years, he has 3 touchdowns in the past 4 years against us. The past 3 years against us, 3 touchdowns. 2 of them coming in 2017, Bradberry's second year in the league. And both those games, he had under 100 yards. Michael Thomas has only gotten one 100-yard game on us. And in 2018, he didn't even crack 50 yards in either of the games he played. In the last game we played against them this past season. Wait. Okay, yeah, never mind. I saw a W. Look, I saw a W, and I saw 42-10. I was like, wait a second. How the hell did we beat the Saints 42-10 this year? I'm doing the math in my head like, hold up. The Saints 42-10. We only won 5 games. Well, who did we beat? Did we beat the Saints 42-10? Hold up. 42-10. Who scored the points? Where the points go? And 10 they only scored 10 on us? No one only scores 10 on us. I was so confused for a second, but these are his stats. But yeah. They scored 42 points in a game where Michael Thomas only had 4 receptions for 37 yards. And then you have to also consider that Michael Thompson goes in the slot a lot. So when he's in the slot, he's not going against James Bradberry. So some of these numbers and maybe even one of these touchdowns might be against someone else. It could have been against a slot corner. It could be him traveling to the other side of the field doesn't really matter. Whoa, Claire. Whoa, buddy. Relax. But yeah, it's really tough here. Looking at a really tough situation where he plays well against literally 3 of the top 5 receivers in the entire league. These are Mike Evans' numbers. You can see right here, 2017 starting right here. He has not that great numbers. Whoa, did my title not change? Hold up. Did my title not change? No, because y'all came talking about that, but hold up. I think my title's fucked. Hold up. Y'all, we're looking at the wrong things. But man, you can just see right here. The man puts up numbers consistently. Okay, yeah, this is definitely not the right one. But the man puts up numbers consistently. Hold on, I gotta tell you my title real quick. My title is hold up. Okay, so wait. Y'all been talking. Hold up. Y'all been talking, but my chat is not refreshing for me. Hold up. Hold on. Let me use this chat. That was mad weird. I haven't been ignoring y'all. The chat box I was using was not refreshing. Hold up. What up, GOB? Thanks for that 5, bro. Now I gotta scroll all the way up. Oh, man. What's good, y'all? What's good? Damn, son. I missed a lot. And if I didn't answer your question, ask it again. If y'all ask me a question, just go ahead and ask me again, bro. Because I missed a lot of the chat. I thought no one was talking. I thought I was talking to myself. I thought no one had said anything since I first started the stream. I was just going to power through it. And just try to do what I was doing. But, Fiasco. Wait for a medical evaluation? Oh, talking about Cam. Where you been? If you don't know if he's going to be healthy, how can you say he'll start? That's just silly. I agree with that. I love Cam. No one's Cam giving out balls to kids. Didn't like that? What do you mean? Oh. What's good, Darke? Oh, Darake. Steve Smith did me dirty. I mean, that's who Steve Smith is, honestly. That's who Steve Smith is. I mean, look, man. I mean, it's one thing to recognize that he is a Panthers legend. It's a whole other thing to understand that most of what Steve Smith says on the air is on. He be on some bullshit. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like when we talk about Steve Smith's takes, it's like, yeah, he's a former Panther on TV. But if you actually watch what he be saying, a lot of what this man be saying, he be on some bullshit, and I really don't. I mean, I don't take what he says like seriously at all. Keep it real with you. I mean, keep it real with you. What do I really care about Steve Smith? There's some guys who are entertaining, and there's some guys who are knowledgeable about the game, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that just because he played for the Panthers, the dude makes smart. He has smart takes on TV. If you watch what Steve Smith be saying on these shows, he really don't be saying nothing. Hey, Steve Smith really don't be saying nothing. That's real shit. I ain't gonna hold you. So, I mean, I respect what he did for the team, but I don't really care what he's talking about. I don't care what he's talking about. Come on, brother. Smitty can't stand not playing. Now, I don't think that, now, I don't 100% agree with Steve, with Smitty, but I do think the team needs another receiver. The team needs one more receiver. I don't agree with what he said and how he said it, but I do think that both DJ and Curtis would be better off as, I wouldn't even call it 2 and 3 receivers. I would say they'd be better off as Y and Z receivers with an actual tall, upfield kind of player who can catch fades and be an end zone threat, a red zone threat, be the X. I'd rather see someone, I'll keep saying it, but Colin Johnson out of Texas, the 6'6" receiver who's real long. I mean, he worked better at the X. And you have DJ and Curtis moving around and either doing pre-snap motion, one lines up slot, one lines up at the Z, and you switch them around and whatnot. Have guys running behind in the backfield and whatnot. Like, have them do different things, but I'm not sure either one of them is an X receiver. I'm not sure either one of them works well just being strictly an X receiver. That doesn't mean, number one, that doesn't mean you get the most receptions or targets. But I mean, I don't think that either Curtis or DJ are really X receivers. I'm guessing Matt Rule is falling in love with Cam's game film. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like, I mean, when you're a newly instated head coach, what are you gonna say? We don't want Cam. I mean, I don't know what he's like. He comes out, he's gonna get asked about Cam. What's he supposed to say? I don't like Cam. The dude literally said we're gonna look at finding. We're gonna look and listen for everything. I want to coach Cam, but we're always gonna look and listen to anything that happens to make our team better. He didn't really say. I mean, that if you know what he's saying with that, if you understand what he's hinting at with that, that doesn't exactly mean what I think people are interpreting what he was saying. It being, he's not going to come out and be the new coach of the Panthers and alienate the whole fan base in the first 90 days of him having the job. You feel me? Limited playing with Allen this year? Yeah. Jordan Kunishek and Jordan Scarlett need more playing time? I agree. Saying that I think Bonifant should play over C-Mac is a pathetic argument. You're done. Wait, what? Wait, who said that? Hold up, who said that? Rivera never let the youngins play and we all hate it. Now Rule lets everyone have a chance and they still mad? Who said that? Who said that about Bonifant? I like Reggie. He shouldn't be playing over C-Mac. I think he should get more reps. I think both guys should get more reps. I don't know what playing over him means. If you mean playing over him for like a couple snaps a game, yeah, maybe even 10 snaps a game. I would like for C-Mac's numbers, his snap count to go down to 75%. Honestly, I want him to come from 98, 97% to 75. We have good backups. Like, we don't need to use him every single play. That's what I don't get about it. Like, yes, you can have a great generational talent at running back, but that doesn't mean you have to use him and put him on the field every single play, especially when there's value behind him. I don't know. That's why Rule's going to go into training camp and try to find sleepers to fill positions. You can't look. That's a good strategy when you need some backups in some spots. We're looking at needing starters in a lot of spots on defense. You can't find a bunch of sleepers. You don't go you don't go to training camp looking for sleepers to find for starting spots. I tell you that right now. I mean, you have the interior of the D line, the outside part of the D line. You have just about every position except for Shaq Thompson in the linebacker core. You have CB1, CB2, the nickel, free safety. All need something. I mean, unless you're gonna have Dante. I mean, look, am I going to say I'm done with Dante? Do I think Dante's garbage, trash, can never be good in the league? I don't believe that. But I do believe that he has a terrible, just garbage attitude. The man's he's a kid. The kid's a liar. He does not take responsibility for his own actions. He's a blame deflector. That doesn't really give me the most confidence that he's going to change how he's playing. You feel me? Love my promos. Thanks, man. Wait, hold up. My main man, Steve Smith Sr. don't hate. Oh, I mean. Oh, I feel you. You're saying him don't hate. What about one dude who was showing out? What do you mean? The one dude who was showing out? When? The guy was losing an argument literally asked me if I thought Bomb should. Oh, I feel you. Get our boys healthy. Draft both Auburn players, DT Brown and Noah Igbino Guinea. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't getting that name on my first try, second try, fifth try. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna call him Noah Iggy. Give Cam 1 year under the new offensive coordinator and see what happens. Oh, yeah. As a more blanket statement, yeah. But I mean more for Cam specifically. He's not going to come out and say he doesn't like Cam. Go from bad to good with a new staff and good picks and free agents and go to the playoffs possibly? Yeah, of course. This year? No. In 2 years? Maybe. In 3 years? More likely. But if you're looking for a 1 year turnaround, it's going to be a tough one. With a better DJ would help? What do you mean a better DJ? What does that mean? One blockbuster free agent signing will negate the James Bradberry departure? Would it? I mean, hold on, I got you right here. Which one of these guys, we can go through it. Which one of these guys, we can go ahead and skip quarterbacks and running backs. We can probably skip receivers because there aren't really any guys who are really that big in receivers who's actually a big name dude. We can skip tight ends. I'm assuming you don't mean tackles or interior linemen, so we'll start here at D linemen. Which premier free agent signing would negate the loss of James Bradberry? Leonard Williams? Maybe actually. Shaq Barrett, who will probably cost more than James Bradberry. Clowney, Dante Fowler. Actually, a lot of these edge guys could. Shaq Barrett, Clowney, Dante Fowler. I like all these guys. Everson Griffin's pretty good. Yannick Ngakoue is very good. At linebacker, I only see maybe Alex Ogletree. I don't believe in Danny Trevathan anymore. There's really no one at the cornerback position but Byron Jones, who's going to be looking for the same exact money as Bradberry, which would kind of ruin the whole point of even getting rid of him. Then we're looking at safeties. Devin McCourty? I don't know. Which player though? Which blockbuster free agent will negate the James Bradberry departure? I don't see it. The best bet is an edge rusher, and those are going to cost more money than James Bradberry. The comp pick in cap space. I mean, we don't really gain that much cap space from not signing him. We just don't spend the $15 million. We don't. It's not like a Cam Newton situation. If we were to trade Cam, we get $19 more million on our cap. We don't gain money from not keeping James Bradberry. But you only get the comp pick if you don't also sign a pretty big player in response to that in free agency. So if we were to drop James Bradberry, but then go out and sign just randomly, say we sign Dante Fowler, we would not get the comp pick for James Bradberry because we made up for it by getting Dante Fowler. You feel me? I'm not exactly sure how Greg Olsen works, since I don't think Greg Olsen works the same way. Did we get a comp? We don't know yet. It depends on what happens. We won't know until maybe a few weeks before the draft whether we get a comp pick or not, because we don't know if we're going to pick up someone in free agency. So if we don't sign James Bradberry, but we do sign a comparable kind of player of his notoriety in free agency, we will not get a comp pick for James Bradberry leaving. But he is better than Norman, though. I mean, I feel like Josh Norman was really good here, and he went to Washington, and the scheme was bad. I feel like Josh Norman ended up. I mean, didn't he had a really good first year with the Redskins. Even his second year wasn't terrible, but it was his last years that were really bad. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you're playing on the Redskins, it's kind of hard to be motivated or really care about playing all that well. And then he stopped playing all that good. But let's not pretend that Jano went to the Redskins and immediately just sucked. He had his best year, his first year there. He wasn't bad. And they had a different coordinator there. I imagine if Ron was in Washington when Jano went there, he probably wouldn't have fallen off in the same kind of way. And I don't expect James Bradberry to fall off if he goes and plays for Ron in Washington. And let's not pretend like we didn't want Jano as well. Like, oh man, he was garbage anyway. It doesn't matter. We can get rid of either one of them. They're both garbage. Yeah, we wanted both of them. We wanted Jano then, and I'm pretty sure we still want James Bradberry now. Norman only had one good year here. Yeah, that's true. And then he went and had what? At least one even better year. Hold up, look at this. Wait. Yeah, he had one good year here. That doesn't mean he only had one good year in his whole career, though. He had another good year in 2016. 2017, he had 2017 he kind of fell off. He only had 9 passes defended, which isn't bad, but it's not his kind of numbers. I mean, I wouldn't even call 2014 that bad. 2014, he had 2 picks, 11 passes defended, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery, and 48 tackles. I wouldn't call that bad. For a guy who only played 14 games and only started 10 of them, I don't know if I would say that's not a good year. I call that a good year considering he only started 10 games. So I say he had a good year in 2014. He had an All-Pro first team year in 2015. He had a really good year in 2016, and 2017 is when it fell off. Had good tackle numbers. 9 passes defended is still straight, but no picks that year. 2 forced fumbles. I say he had at least 3 good years. 3 good years in a row, actually. Yeah, I think he had 3 good years in a row. You don't think 2 picks, 11 passes defended, and a forced fumble in only 10 starts isn't good? No, I'm not saying great years. No one's saying he has to be the greatest corner, the greatest year for a corner, but those are good numbers. Those are definitely good numbers. Like if you tell me right now I can get a corner for this team, for this Panthers team right now, who's gonna get 2 picks, 11 passes defended, and 48 tackles, and he's only gonna play 14 games and only start 10 of them for this team, I say that's a good corner. That's a good corner for us. If you have an elite front 7, you can have an average secondary. It's been proven here in Carolina for years. I mean, it's been proven everywhere, honestly. But I don't think that I don't think J-No was average though. I mean, J-No went to Washington, where they didn't really have an elite front 7, and he put up numbers there too. I mean, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But I'm not going to say the secondary was bad, or I don't think we weren't even really average, honestly. I don't even say we were average. But yeah, we don't have an elite front 7. Let him go and just draft another corner? I mean, sure, draft another corner, but what are they going to do against Julio, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans for 6 games a year? No type of world beater? I don't know, man. I feel like if you knew what his stats were, then you probably think a little bit better of him. I think it's because he gets no picks. I think what happens is people say that people see him not getting like 5-6 picks a year, and they think he's a bad corner. And picks is really the worst way of determining what a corner can do. James Bradberry only allowed 1 touchdown this whole season. James Bradberry allowed 1 touchdown this whole season. But no one knows that. He only allowed I think it was an 85 passer rating this whole year. That's not QBR. QBR goes from 0 to 100. Passer rating goes from, I think, like 35 to 158.3. Holding all quarterbacks to being in the mid 80s in passer rating is pretty damn good. This man, hold on, I got you right here. It's right here. Yeah. You can see right here. I mean, the man puts in. Wait, this is 2018. This is 2019. I mean, the man puts in work. The man does some really good work here. I don't know. Pass rating allowed was 86.6, but yeah, I mean, he stays on his targets, less than a yard separation. I mean, yards per target allowed is 6.6. Yards per reception allowed is 10.4. That was number 11 in the whole league. I don't know. I mean, if you're only talking about picks, then sure. But we're talking about Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans. We've played those three a combined 6 times a year. Over the past 3 years, that's 18 games that we've played them. In the 18 games we've played Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, and Julio Jones, they've only scored 4 touchdowns. 3 of them are Michael Thomas, 1's Julio. 2 of Michael Thomas's touchdowns against us came in 2017. 1 of Julio's came in 2017. Or, no, came in 2018. I don't know. But yeah, I think that the issue really is that we're rebuilding. We just can't afford to spend the $15 million to have 1 or 2 bad years. You can't invest $30 million over 2 years if you're going to be having average years at best. So you telling me in 2013 we have a superior secondary? I never said we had a superior secondary in 2013. When did I say that? We would have to move up for Okudah, and we can't afford that? Yeah. Okudah's going to be gone. Okudah's probably going to be gone. You probably have to get Derrick Brown. Wait, someone asked me something about Clay. Who was it? Someone asked me a question a couple times, but I kept getting sidetracked. Oh, you said Claypool? I don't know if I would actually go that high, honestly. Keep it real with you. Like, I just wouldn't sign I just really wouldn't sign or draft a receiver all that high. What did he run? I want to talk about the combine too, but what did he run? Wasn't it? He didn't run a 4.3, did he? Wasn't he close to a 4.3? But I mean, what do I think about him? He's gonna be a good receiver, but I would not. I mean, the receiver is not even in our top 8 concerns right now. I would think at least 2 O linemen, 2 D linemen. Look at 1 or 2 linebackers, 2 corners, a free safety. I mean, damn. A lot of things. Before I even look at... the earliest I look at a receiver is day 3. There's no way I even look at any receiver before round 5, honestly. Bradberry came back too soon after the groin injury. I agree. Just like Van Roten only allowed 1 sack all year, people think he's garbage. Yeah, but at least with Greg Van Roten, that's like it's an old lineman position. So like it's hard to find stats. Those are all like second level stats you have to find for like pressures and sacks allowed and that kind of stuff. Those aren't like readily available first level stats like interceptions where you can see something and say, wait, this guy's a DB. He got an interception. That means he's the best. But this guy had more, so that means it's automatically better. And you don't think about context. You don't think about who they're playing against. You don't think about the players around them. And look, we had a good beginning of this season for our pass rush, and we did end up, I think, 2nd in sacks. But if you look at our stats, the sacks and the interceptions both sharply fall off after week 9. So James Bradberry's production did not fall off even after our pressures fell off. And if you just watched the games, you knew that we did not play we didn't get the same kind of pressure on quarterbacks in the back half of the year as we did in the beginning part. You feel me? I wouldn't be mad if we went all defense this draft. If we're going to rebuild anyway, I feel like we might as well start with the defense. I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean, I wouldn't bring in any kind of quarterback I cared about to play, but yeah. I mean, y'all wouldn't like. Look, y'all would not like my idea of a rebuild. My idea of a rebuild, y'all would hate it, because I would go full business mode. You're in a 4-4, okay. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he's good. I wouldn't draft a receiver before day 3. I would go full business mode. I would understand and recognize, everything about having, the legacy guys, and talk about, heart and friendship and love and being nice with everybody and stuff. Got the feelings and everything. But look, I would go full business mode. If you want this team to be good in 3 years, you might have to make some decisions you're not gonna be popular for. You're gonna have to make some decisions you will not be popular for. If you really want to start winning, yeah, it is what it is. Used to be the best cornerback in football. I don't know. I feel like to be the best, he had a good year. I feel like to be the best, you have to do it more than once. I don't know. We need to do it more than once. I'd have to see how Sherm did that year. I'd have to see how Pat Pete did that year. I'd have to see how a couple other guys did in 2015. But I think Josh Norman had a good year. I think he had up there, top 3. But I couldn't say it without knowing the actual numbers. Why do you want to trade up in a rebuild? I know he's not talking to me. Better say, I know he ain't talking to me. Because, me, if Okudah and Derrick Brown are both gone, we're trading down. I'll tell you that right now. Look, I'll tell you that for real. On everything I know and love. If Okudah and Derrick are gone, I trade down 4 or 5 spots. Excuse me. Like real shit. I would trade down 4 or 5 spots. Because you can get a lot of capital. I want to do a video talking about draft trades historically over the past, I don't know how long. But even just moving up 4 spots, teams will give you a bunch of picks. I've seen him play in person every game. That's what's up. Dante took a month off of his groin injury, but I believe Bradberry rushed back since it was a contract year. Production suffered because he was on fire before that. I think our fans are tripping. Wait, here, where's it at? Wait, where did it say that? Y'all weren't there for 1 of 15, huh? Some of y'all are circa 15 Panthers fans. Look, in the argument about, about players and whatnot. Look, I understand you. We have to want you want to have players. You want to have the names and whatnot, ticket sales, all that kind of stuff. But you have to also understand it ain't just about wanting guys in the team. It's about making the money work. And if you start paying too many guys right now, you can't pay some other guys later on down the road. Taylor Moton being a big one. We lost out on Greg Van Roten. I cannot imagine Greg Van Roten comes back. I just can't imagine it. You don't want to lose out on Taylor Moton. That's gonna be the same year I think that Matt Paradis is out of his contract, if I'm not mistaken. They're comparing Love to my homeboy, so would you pass that up? Yes, every single time. What would Patrick Mahomes be behind this Panthers offensive line? In fact, what would Pat Mahomes be behind this O-line? And then we're talking about how bad the Chiefs' defense was a couple of years ago. The Chiefs' defense, actually, it was about on par with our defense. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was pretty bad. It was pretty damn bad. But the Chiefs' defense at the end of this year, at the back half of this year, got really good, actually. But Pat Mahomes, Jordan Love, doesn't matter. Behind this O-line, it just does not matter. With an elite defense and a healthy Cam, with the weapons we have, we can contend in 2020. Focus on defense and getting number one 100%. I agree. There's a but in there. I agree. With an elite defense and a healthy Cam, I guess, and also an O-line. We don't forget the O-line. But with an elite defense, a healthy Cam, and an O-line, I 100% agree this team can contend next year. We on the same page? I feel you. I was on the tank like DX going to WCW. Shout out on Denzel Mims. He ain't sneaking from Baylor to the Panthers. We get Hurts or Love. They redshirted Patrick Shells. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about Lamar when they did redshirt him, but they brought him in at the back half of the year once Joe Flacco got really bad. But yeah, I mean, I would only want to sit a guy for a year, but I don't know how I feel about using such high draft capital to have a guy sit. And then, if you're gonna draft a guy to sit, why even have Cam? I mean, the thing is, if you want to draft Jordan Love, then you have to trade Cam. You don't pay Cam $21 million this year to put Jordan Love in next year. You feel me? You at least get a couple seconds at the very least. You get the $19 million for free agency and signing guys, and then you also just I guess you can just bring in one of these journeyman guys. I say Ryan Fitz. I like Ryan Fitz, but he's probably going to stay with the Dolphins, and he's probably going to be there while Tua redshirts. We're probably going to see Tua redshirt for the Dolphins. So maybe some other guy. I wouldn't mind Phillip Rivers coming in here. Last year, him being in the league, just bring in Phillip Rivers, let him get beat up a little bit. I wouldn't mind a guy like who else? Actually, I have a list right here. Hold up. I don't like Teddy Bridgewater. That's going to be expensive. Case Keenum. I like Case Keenum, actually. Didn't he get hurt, though? Wait, didn't Case Keenum get hurt this past year playing for the Redskins? Yeah, didn't he, destroy his leg? Hold up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Case Keenum's leg exploded. Right? I'm pretty sure Case Keenum's leg exploded. But yeah, to be real with y'all, I just still wouldn't agree with drafting a quarterback. But either way, if you want a quarterback this year, you have to cut Cam. Or you have to trade Cam. There's literally no reason at all to pay Cam $21 million to lose and then have another quarterback start for you next year. Why have Cam here still? If you want to draft a quarterback this year, then you want to trade Cam. Simple as that. And if you don't want to trade Cam and still want to draft a quarterback for this season, then you would be the worst GM of all time. No. You wouldn't be Dave Gettleman. You would not be Dave Gettleman. But you'd be the second worst GM of all time if you want to keep Cam, but also draft a first or even a second round quarterback. It makes literally no sense. Denzel Ward? Jesus. Why is Marty Hurney here after 15 years of I don't know. I feel like Marty Hurney has some good drafts, and he has some good free agency periods these past 2 years. I think he's been pretty good these past 2 years. You can't really predict a guy getting injured. Like Greg Little, I didn't like trading up for him. I thought he would have still been there. And I think, what was his name? Ben Powers? Didn't Ben Powers get picked right afterwards? I feel like, was it Ben Powers? It was someone. I forgot who it was. But I feel like he would have been there still and would have had number 77 pick as well. Dante, we did know about him having attitude issues and that he did stare in the backfield too much and can get tricked by quarterbacks. But at the time, I wasn't too mad about the draft pick. It's our past two drafts have been kind of somewhat injuries, somewhat maybe questionable drafting. But I also think that the drafts would have been valued a little bit better if Ron Rivera even liked putting in young players. Ron Rivera hates rookies. The dude if you're not 25 or 26, Ron Rivera does not like you. The dude would not let Ian Thomas play. He showed he was really good at the end of 2018 and didn't let him play again until the end of 2019. It made no sense to me, bro. Jordan Scarlett talking about the man. Look, the man just lies a bunch. And I know during free agency in the draft, you're supposed to lie. I will never say a single negative word about lying around from February to May. Maybe even the beginning of June, because you're still making free agency moves even after the draft. I would say around June-ish. Lie all you want. No, about May, actually. About May. But this man on Rivera was in press conferences talking about everyone's gonna have a chance to compete to be a starter or be a backup at running back. Dude said we give quarterbacks equal opportunity to compete for their job. And I went to training camp, my brother. I did not see this man, Taylor Heineke. I didn't see this man, Taylor Heineke, throw too many throws. And the wild thing is, I went to the sessions when his shoulder was iced up. So it wasn't even like it was Cam and then Kyle and Will. It was really Kyle and Will. And I saw Taylor throw like four or five passes in drills. It was literally only Kyle and Will. The dude just lied way too much. Simple as that. Simple as that, bro. Traded Alex to the Skins and got a good pick. At the end of the second round, we should have taken notes. Why? I think Greg Little would have been good if he didn't get injured. I had no problem with Greg Little. The only problem I have with Greg Little was that we traded up for him. I think he would have still been available at number 87. But the only thing you can really say was bad about Greg Little was that he got hurt and he was out of the game for 2 months. I can't really say just how... I mean, he didn't play all that well when he came back, but I wouldn't expect any rookie to look all that good after missing 2 months with a concussion. Like, the dude couldn't practice. It wasn't like he was, like, healthy scratch, but he was still practicing, or even with the scout team. Like, he got benched or something. It wasn't, like, in games for 2 months. The dude couldn't even do contact. He was in protocol for 2 months. I mean, how do you really can't 2020 hindsight a concussion injury in the draft. You feel me? I liked Greg Little. I liked him. But the only problem I had with him was that we traded up for him. I can't say that it was a bad pick because another pick came later. I mean, you get who you're supposed to be getting when you get them. I trust Rule more than Ron. I'm gonna let Matt Rule. Look, I'm gonna let the Reverend get through his first draft. I'm gonna let him get through his first training camp before I say I trust him or not. I like him. I like Matt Rule. I like the Reverend, but he gotta look. Just like trust, you gotta build faith. You gotta give me a reason to believe in you now. I like him. He talking the talk right now, but I need to see him walking. He's sitting down right now. He ain't even stood up really. He's at the combine. He ain't really stood up. He gonna stand up a week or two before the draft. He gonna take his first step at the draft, and he gonna start walking for real in training camp. And that's when I really want to see what the Reverend do. Until then, I like him. I don't know if I trust him. That's not to say I trust Ron Rivera. I don't trust him at all. That's not I distrust Ron Rivera. I just don't trust Matt Rule. There's a difference. Cam needs to be resolved sooner rather than later. I agree. Greer looks like he didn't study this playbook at all. That's the dumbest thing I've ever read in my life. No, that's a very bad opinion to have. And I can prove it to you in 2.9 seconds. Hold up. If you think that Will Grier is a bad quarterback, then you also think that the circumstances surrounding Will Grier put him in the best possible situation for him to play well. And let me explain what Will Grier was working with in his first year as a NFL quarterback. When he was drafted, before he was drafted, every single analyst said that Will Grier was a project quarterback who would need at least a full NFL season before even being considered ready to play on the NFL field. Okay. So, in the third preseason game of the 2019 season, Cam gets hurt. And Cam's not really out there practicing with the team all the time. Cam's in and out doing rehab anyway. He's not always out there on the field at all times. Cam goes on IR. So, after getting hurt, Will Grier is sitting back learning the NFL game behind Kyle Allen. So a rookie project quarterback has no veteran quarterback leadership, which we can both agree, that having veteran quarterback leadership in the locker room is important for the growth of younger quarterbacks. And if you don't believe that, then we can both agree at least that a rookie quarterback should have someone better to learn the game from than Kyle Allen. Because when you're on IR, you can't be in the locker room. You're not at practice. You're not in the locker room. You're not really at the games. Cam didn't do a single media session after the second game of the year at all. So he's a project quarterback. He's a rookie, learning the game behind Kyle Allen. Was the O-line good? Maybe the O-line was good. And if we look at when Will Grier got into the game, Will Grier was put on an NFL field behind a bad offensive line the week after his head coach got fired, his offensive coordinator got fired, and everyone was talking about how bad Kyle Allen was. But maybe maybe those are all good circumstances for a rookie project quarterback who everyone said should not play his first season. Maybe those are all good circumstances. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Gonna baptize Dante and pray for little self. Hey, something like that. Will Grier is weak also? I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Is he weak? Is he actually weak? I think his problem is really more mental. I think his problem is really reading the field, and that he shouldn't have touched the field at all. And this isn't something This isn't something that I just brought up. When it was happening, I was saying from the very beginning. I said this before we even drafted him. He shouldn't play. And then when everyone was calling for him, I had at least 4 or 5 videos up before the week he actually started saying Will Grier should not start. And I even said in at least 2 videos that I can see Panthers fans calling him bad, even given the circumstances that he's coming in under. I said, look, this kid is being forced into one of the worst situations as a project quarterback who was number 4 in the Heisman voting. But if you actually watched how he played, he wasn't doing all that much in college. The scheme was built around him having 1 or 2 reads and guys being wide open. But I get it. When there are people who said that Will Grier should start over Cam to begin the season, which people who didn't watch him or didn't really know or really care about looking at how he played in his game and his progressions, it's understandable. Baby hands Allen and Will, ain't it? Maybe. I think Kyle Allen is actually a good backup. I don't know. I felt like Kyle Allen was actually a really good backup. He's the kind of guy you want on your team. If your quarterback's going to be gone, he's going to be out for a month or maybe even 5 games. Kyle can win you 2 or 3 games out of 4 or 5. I would not mind having Kyle Allen being our backup at all. Is he a starter? No, not at all. Is he a starter? I don't think anyone ever really seriously called Kyle Allen a starter. No one who actually knew what they're talking about ever called Kyle Allen a starter. But as a backup, I love Kyle as a backup. It's when he has to play 9, 10, 11 games in a row where it's a problem. But if he's only going to be out there for 4 or 5 games where you know your starter's coming back, he can keep the ship afloat. Stay at around 50-50 for his record. I would definitely I would love for Kyle Allen to be my backup on any team. Straight up. Easily. Yeah, the people saying that Will Greer was gonna be Cam's replacement. You already know what kind of car they drove, and it ain't a car. Quick little hint, it ain't a car. Hey, it's a it's a oh man, what's that? Hold up. What's that Yeah, it's Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, if you know what I'm talking about. How about we trade the number 7 pick? I would not trade this number 7 pick unless both Okuda, which he will be gone, and Derek Brown are both gone. If Isaiah Simmons is still there, maybe, but I consider moving. Hold up. Let's do this. Then we go to trade rumors. I can see the Raiders want to trade with us. Raiders, maybe the Colts. Would the Broncos want to trade up? I don't know what their needs are. But if we could trade down to around 10-ish or 12-ish, you can get a second and a third. Maybe even... Don't the Raiders have 2 seconds this year? You can maybe get their first and 2 seconds. But yeah, I would maybe trade that. If both Okuda and Derek Brown are both gone, and maybe we pick Isaiah Simmons, but if he's not there, or if you think that there's someone you really like as well, because look, there's so many needs this year. There's so many needs in this draft that even if you miss out on one of those 3 guys at number 7, there's gonna be someone you could really use at 12. Like, don't get it twisted. We don't. Like, it'll be great to have one of those top dudes in the top 10. You feel me? But there's a lot of players in this draft. Hey, there's a lot of holes on this team where if you're picking at number 12 and you also get a couple more seconds, yeah, you can probably do pretty well. You can probably I wouldn't be too against that. You feel me? Because you're gonna have enough holes where you're going to find value at number 12. Yeah, but we needed him for more games, and no one ever called Kyle Allen a starter. I didn't call him a starter. I just called him a really good backup. I think Kyle's actually the perfect backup quarterback. And I'm not really sure if we needed him. I mean, maybe, but I feel like maybe I'm crazy, but as soon as Cam went down week 2, actually no, as soon as Cam didn't run that sneak against the Rams, I knew the season was over. I mean, we can be real about it. I thought the season was over when he walked away from the stadium week through the preseason in a walking boot. But when he came back week 1, looked alright, but when he didn't run that sneak, and he ran that terrible play, that weird jet motion, that wasn't even jet motion, it was just off tackle, sideline trash ass play with C-Mac, I knew Cam was done, and I knew the season was done. But yeah, once it was confirmed after week 2, and Cam had that video of him smoking a cigar, sipping some wine, yeah. Did we need it? You need him to be on the field, but we didn't really, I don't know how much we actually expected out of Kyle Allen. Colts might trade up for Jordan Love. That's a good call. You know, that's actually a really great call. In fact, how many years are on Jacoby Brissett's deal? I don't like that at all. I don't like it. Shell's best Panther YouTuber in the world? No, that's Cam. The only big reason why Greer isn't good is because he got forced in, like Shell said. Yeah, FSU, we got lucky to see him for most of the season to know what we have. Ian is ready. We need another. We need to cut Manhurts. Why would you cut Manhurts? He's good. Huh? No, I like Manhurts a lot. He's a good blocking tight end. Hey, we can't really be cutting too many guys to be blocking on the line. Hold up. Hey, Manhurts be blocking now. We need any help we can get in protection, bro. I'm not gonna be so quick to cut a guy who can protect, who can either block for C-Mac or protect the quarterback. It'd be really hard for me to start saying I'm ready to part ways with someone who be blocking. When we found out it was like Olsen's injury, yeah. What'd you miss? All we did was talk about how this man, James Bradberry, looking for $15 million a year. He's locked up Julio, Michael Thomas. These are all really small. Hold up. Let me actually do this real quick. He's locked up Julio, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans for the past 3 years straight. We're looking at 18 games. Only, 3 total, or wait, what is it? Only 4 total touchdowns. Actually, no, it's 5. It's 5. 1 from Julio. 3 from Michael Thomas. No, it's 4. Yeah, Mike Evans has not scored a touchdown on us in the last 3 years. So 18 games versus these big 3, and only 4 touchdowns. And I think it's only been 3 games over 100 yards. 1 from Mike Evans, 1 from Michael Thomas, and I think 2 from Julio. Nope, only 1 from Julio. So, yeah, 18 games, only 3 100-yard gainers, only 4 touchdowns, and Bradberry wants $15 million a year. And we're probably going to cut him because we really can't afford him, which is big facts. It's big facts. This is what the market's looking like right now. I draft Moss and pick up Hooper or Ebron on team-friendly deal. Why would either Austin Hooper or Ebron sign a team-friendly deal with the Panthers? You usually sign a team-friendly deal when you get something out of it. You don't take a pay cut to be part of a rebuild. I don't know. You want the link? What's up? Ain't all he's tabbed with is a blocker either. He was blocking when he got Williams hurt. What do you mean when he got Williams hurt? He's big and slow as a tight end. Yeah, he's a blocker. He's not a receiving tight end. He got Darrell Williams hurt. It's on tape. I want the link. I mean, he got him hurt. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. And 2, that doesn't really mean anything about his blocking ability. Getting a teammate accidentally hurt does not mean you're a bad blocker. I'm kind of confused what you're saying. MLB catches OLB's attack. Ask Clomac. Ebron would, who trying to get paid. I mean, yeah, but okay, maybe. Maybe. But I don't. I mean, you have to not believe in Ian Thomas, number one. But why would you draft Thaddeus Moss and pick up another tight end? Why would you want? Wait. Yeah. First off, I don't like us fielding 3 tight ends last year. I think we're better off with only 2, especially since we had 3 tight ends and a fullback. That's just way too many. But there's no reason to draft Thaddeus Moss and sign a free agent tight end. Change him to tackle? I don't know if we can do that. Draft Jordan Love and roll to a new era. Trade Cam first round or second and third round picks. I don't see the point in drafting a quarterback this year. I really don't see the point in drafting a quarterback this year. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, honestly, I just would not draft a quarterback. We have so many more needs before having to pick up a quarterback. I mean, do you want to see him play? It depends. Would you have him sit for a year, or do you want to see him play? That's the biggest question there. That's really the biggest question. For everyone who wants to draft a quarterback, would y'all play him next year, or do you have him sit down? Did anyone else think that Paris was a horrible signing? Not at the time. Not at all. I thought it was a great signing at the time. Yeah, the other channel is Keep Pounding _TV. Did you hear about Steve Smith saying DJ's number 1 receiver? Yeah. I don't know about not being number 1 receiver, but he's not an X receiver. I don't agree. I mean, first off, I really do not care what Steve Smith be saying on TV. Steve Smith has bad opinions on a lot of things, like stupid opinions, honestly, like just outright ridiculous opinions. He played for the Panthers, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with what he says half the time. He's just another guy on TV, honestly. But I mean, in a way, if he's saying that number 1 receiver is the same thing as an X receiver, then I agree. I agree that DJ is not an X receiver. But number 1, I mean, you saw that Jarvis Landry has been a number 1 receiver out of the slot. He was number 1 on the Dolphins. He was number 1 for the Browns for 2 years. Even with OBJ being the X. You saw that Jarvis was the big reception getter and the big target getter. So it depends on what he means by number 1. If he means X, then no. I definitely agree that DJ is not a number 1, meaning an X receiver. I think DJ is a great slot guy. I think Curtis is a good Y/gadget player who's better than a gadget guy, but he can do a lot of different things. He's a utility guy. I don't think either one of those dudes are an X receiver. Simply. Yeah. It depends on what you mean by number 1 receiver. And you have to explain it deeply because there are a lot of different opinions on what it means and what your responsibilities are. And different teams with different schemes use number one receivers different ways. And number one doesn't have to be your X. Oh yeah, if he meant, I mean, it depends on how he meant it. It depends on how he meant it. But I don't think he's an X. If he meant X, then no. There will never be another number 89. We got spoiled. I mean, he was really good, but I don't think Smitty was the ceiling. I don't think Smitty's the ceiling at all. Definitely good, definitely great. Especially for him being 5'4.5". But Smitty is not the ceiling. Now, if we were the Falcons saying we got spoiled with Julio, or if we were the Giants saying we got spoiled with OBJ, or the Vikings saying we got spoiled with Randy Moss, then yeah. But we'll probably see something better than Smitty. With drafted Edwards out of South Carolina, nah. I'm gonna keep saying it. You know, in 2018, when I was doing these videos, the name I kept saying in every single video in the draft was Bo Scarborough. I was wrong. He ended up getting hurt. But that's the name I kept saying as a sleeper pick, like in the later rounds. Bo Scarborough. 2019. Who did I say last year? Did I have that one player that I really, really liked all during the draft period? I don't know. I don't remember. I know I remember 2018 very clearly. But I don't remember if I had a guy that I really, really, really liked a lot in 2019 as a sleeper, like a day 3 guy who can have high impact. I think I did have someone, but I don't remember who it was. This year it's going to be Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson out of Texas, the 6'6" receiver. That's the guy I really want to see. That's the guy I really want to see. For sure. Is my cat in here? No. Have we covered everything? I think we have covered everything. Bo would have been perfect. Pat, Curtis, and Mo, or more. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was Ratliff Williams. Yeah, Anthony Ratliff Williams. Hey, how do you remember that shit? Yeah, Anthony Ratliff Williams. Yeah, Thornhill. Yeah, he was kind of an earlier guy, but wasn't he a strong safety? I liked him, but I thought he was a strong safety. But yeah, Anthony Ratliff Williams. He ended up not getting drafted. I'm pretty sure. He was UDFA, and he went to the Titans, I think. Oh, he's on the Raiders? Oh, he went to... Hold up. Wait, it's touch Sports Reference. Didn't he... He didn't go to the... Oh, well, shit. He did not go... Okay. I could have sworn he was picked up by the Titans as a UDFA, and then he... hold up. You know what? I'm almost sure he did. Yeah, he was originally signed. Yeah, he was originally signed to the Titans, and apparently impressed early in OTAs, but was still cut. Okay, I know it wasn't crazy because I definitely knew that I followed this. I followed this story up pretty heavily. I followed that story heavily, but yeah, Anthony Ratliff Williams was a guy I really, really liked last year as a sleeper. These aren't guys that I think are going to be like the greatest, but guys who are going to be good role players and whatnot. But yeah. Quintez Cephas, good ball battle. They need weight. I agree. Skins. Who's that old lineman that ran a 5 something in the combine? Oh, I did see that too. I saw that too. I don't know. Mekhi Becton? Yeah, I think that was it. And I think I only recognize that name because there's someone who comes and watches my videos whose name was like either Mekhi or very close to that. What about a 17 game schedule? Hold up, give me 1 second. I will talk about that in just a second because I do want to talk about the schedule. But give me 1 minute. I'm about to go do something real quick. Whew! The punter that outbitched Devin White and clowning everyone. Yeah, didn't he get 30? He got 30 reps in that, and I'm pretty sure he did. Didn't he do good in a different? Didn't he do something really good in a different measurement as well? He had 30 reps, and there was something else he did really good. But the thing about punters and kickers is, I mean, they got nothing but time. Them motherfuckers got nothing but time, bro. When you're a punter, I mean, I feel like there's only so much you can do. That's like muscle memory, and like you have to wait for certain days to where it's actually like windy in a certain direction, so you can like practice working on it. But you only get so many reps. You only get so much practice doing what you're gonna be doing. You got a whole lot of time to be working out your upper body. You feel me? What's good, Michael? He had 25? I thought it was 30. Never mind. Oh yeah, someone asked about the 17 game schedule and the preseason games and whatnot, and only the conference champions getting a bye in the playoffs. I think it's stupid. And the players are going to get finessed because the owners know that that only the superstars can afford to really pick it or to be against it. I mean, having more games is good for guys making $500,000, $400,000 a year. The guys who are making $30 million, $25 million, of course they're against it. They can afford to be against it. They can afford to spend more time asking questions and spend more time not really rushing to be sure about what the check's gonna look like. You're making $30 million and you have outside endorsements and sponsorships. You got commercials. You got money coming in 4-5 ways. But for the guys who are like number 48, 50 on the depth chart, like those guys, they're like, yeah, give me another game check. Yeah, I would not mind I don't care if it means that we have to play one more game. Oh, we don't get a bye. Whatever. Okay, maybe I get to play more. Like, and all you need is a simple majority. All you need is for one more dude to vote yes, then no, and it's gonna get ratified. It's stupid, but it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. Little ain't it? He could be good. His biggest problem is health. New head coach and scout team. Yeah, I give him a chance. I give the team a chance. I mean, it won't be this year for sure. I ain't gonna lie to you like that. It won't be this year, but I give him. I mean, it's gonna take him. It's gonna take some time though. Definitely gonna take some time. Run. Who said anything about running? I'm trying to look. He could have been good if. Yeah, wasn't his biggest weakness his run blocking? Oh shit! Someone followed me on Sportscaster. Yo, I haven't streamed on Sportscaster in a minute. I really should. But there's a reason for that though. Definitely a reason. I have been streaming off Sportscaster, but I should start back up again. You need a solid line for sustained production in the passing game. I agree. Trade back for Kinlaw to the 12th pick. Was that you who was talking about Kinlaw the other day when we were watching the streams? When we were going through those streams the other day. Or not streams, watching highlights. There was someone who was like borderline in love with Kinlaw. I would have thought Kinlaw was a in-law or something. I want to see how so many college coaches will develop players into NFL athletes. Yeah. It'll take time. Run blocking, technique, and consistency. Yeah, definitely got to re-sign Moton. No, you have to extend him the year before his contract ends. 17 games is coming. Why not make it work? I feel like the reason was because, I mean, we all know that 17 games is coming, but I think the biggest problem is if for the players, their mindset is if we're going to have to play 17 games, then we need more in our favor than just, less preseason games or something like that. They probably want more money, probably want more benefits. They definitely want to smoke weed, which owners don't really care about. Owners don't give a fuck about weed. Let me tell you this right now. Do I say it? Fuck it. Hey, those rich white dudes, they doing worse shit than weed. I promise you that. The people in their circles, the people they know and meet on a daily basis, the people they talk to and go to business meetings with are participating in things that are worse than, should I say worse? They're perceived worse than weed. They're doing things that are worse than weed. Those dudes do not care about weed at all. They care about the perception that their fan base has about weed. They don't care about weed, but players do. Players do. And they're going to say, wait, let's preseason games and we get to smoke weed? Well, shit, sign me up. Bro, if y'all knew, oh my God, bro, if y'all knew how many people I met when I was in Charlotte, this is like 5 years ago. I was in Charlotte for 5 years when I was in school there, and I had a lot of older friends. I had like one or two older friends, and I made friends with some of their friends. Like when I was like really young, I was like kind of hanging out with some people who were like 28, 29, 30ish, which is like boomer age. But you would be so surprised. Even teachers, middle school teachers, you'd be surprised what they be doing in their free time. Maybe you won't be surprised. Maybe some of y'all are kind of older, but you'd be surprised. Like even people in the corporate world, people who have like this office jobs, you'd be surprised. These owners, I'm telling you, they do not care about weed. They don't care about weed. Moved Dennis Daly to left guard and signed Brian Bulaga or Anthony Costanzo. Wasn't Anthony Costanzo good? I want to see what he would be. What kind of price he would demand. They're getting rolled this deal. Yeah, I mean that's what's gonna happen. It's the NFL, bro. I mean, honestly, the players don't even look. The players don't even care about getting guaranteed contracts, bro. Bro, the NFL is a joke. It's the most popular. It's the most popular sport in America, and they can't even get guaranteed contracts. The damn NHL has guaranteed contracts. Basketball, baseball, they get guaranteed contracts. I mean, there's a hard cap league. At least the NBA, you can go over the cap, but you have to pay a what's it called, a luxury tax. It's a hard cap league where the contracts aren't guaranteed. Come on, bro. It's a joke. It's a joke of a league. It's the best sport, but it's a joke of a league that just cannot be taken seriously. These players they have no leverage. The players have no leverage. It's just sad. I'm laughing, but it's sad. Ricky Williams League is on deck, and if you know they don't care. Wait, what? Oh, I feel you. I thought Ricky Williams made a football league. Like he had his own football league. I was like, wait, Ricky Williams made his own football league? That's kind of tough. Cousins is fully guaranteed, which is hilarious. Only 84 mil. That's not bad. We're looking at guys getting 130, 140. Not guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure Russ's contract was 140 with 100 guaranteed. Wasn't Carson's like in the 90s guaranteed? Oh shit, this is still zoomed in. Carson's contract. Oh, only 65 fully guaranteed? Hold up. What was the bonus? 16 million signing bonus? And will earn a $30 million option bonus in 2020. Oh. So basically he got $100 million. Okay, he got $100 million. Okay, see, this is why the contracts are so fucked up. He signed a 100 and wait. He signed a 4-year, $128 million extension with the Eagles. 107 is guaranteed. Okay, actually does say it, but actually only 21 million being not guaranteed isn't that bad. 21 million not being guaranteed. I mean, I say not that bad as shit. I would like to have. Can I get this 10,000 guaranteed on my books? But I mean, but still, it's 65 or 66 million dollars at signing, and then a $30 million option bonus in 2020. So if they would have cut him after this year, if he was bad, but the thing is, if Carson was bad I mean, he's getting hurt left and right. I don't know, but if they wanted to be done with him, they could have just not signed him. I guess. No, they couldn't have. Wait. I'm actually not sure what this even means. He has a guaranteed $30 million option bonus. If the option is declined, his base salary will escalate by a fully guaranteed $30 million, thus protecting the option salary. But what's the difference? What's the difference between getting the bonus and the... This is weird, bro. This is weird. This is why this right here is why the NFL players are so screwed. Like you have to you have to do like doctorate level math and like philosophy to even get what's going on in their contract. The contracts are just worded so weird. In the NBA, you get this amount of money over this amount of time, and it's guaranteed. Bro. Garbage, bro. This is why the players are getting screwed over. It's not the CBA. It's not the games. The money's fucked up. The money is funny. And it's confusing to think about. You can decline a $30 million... Who declines the option? Is it a team option? It says and will earn a guaranteed $30 million option. If the option is declined, is it a team option or a player option? It does not say. I mean, I can't imagine why would Wentz be able to... It has to be a team option because why would Wentz decline a $30 million bonus just to get it fully guaranteed through salary? I really do not know. But it sounds like no matter what, whether it's declined or not, the $30 million goes in his bank account. Is it just a matter of how it hits the cap? I don't know, bruh. So weird. It's so weird. Cam listen to North. He can listen to Brady. And North Turner had a little bit more cachet, bro. We can't just deny what North Turner's history was in the league. He coached some of the greatest. Nothing wrong with Joe Brady and Cam? Yeah. Imagine Joe Brady and Mariota. We could have Cam and Hurd or Cam and Kentucky's number one. Who could stop that? Our O-line. Maybe Foles back up. What do you mean? Are you saying Foles as a backup, or are you talking about Gardner Minshew? The Jags are kind of stuck, both of them. The fan base loves Gardner Minshew, and I'm pretty sure the Jags really can't get from under Nick Foles' contract until after this upcoming season. Russ has $100 million guaranteed. Aaron Rodgers has $98 million guaranteed. Jared Goff has 110. So there's a few guys who are at about 100 million. And the Vikings, when they signed Kirk Cousins, they were in a good spot. A spot where they probably would have been okay with doing that. Didn't work out. A couple of injuries, things happen. Vikes aren't bad. But there is an out after this year. Jacoby only has one more year. Yeah, that's alright. All just alright. That unexplained... Oh, Foles has Wentz back up. I feel you. Remember the Super Bowl run? We had a decent secondary, but they profited from the front seven. Rebuilt there. K'Wan Burns and Draft Brown. Yeah, but no matter what you decide to rebuild or what you decide to start in the rebuild, it's going to take 2 years. You're not going to rebuild this team in one season or in one off season. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to fill all the holes in one off season. So, in 2 off seasons, you'll probably have enough time to just get everything. It's year 3 of a 3-year deal? Really? I thought it was 4 years. I thought it was a 4-year, $84 million deal. If it's 3, then never mind. Wait, why did you delete that? Was it 4? Or was it 3? I don't know. I literally do not know. Hold up, I'll look it up. It's right here. Yeah, it was 3 years. Okay. I really thought it was a 4-year deal. I legit thought it was a 4-year deal. Well then, that was a dumb deal then. I thought it was 4. I thought that spreading that out over 4 years was a good idea, because even if you didn't give it the first year, which I didn't, you still have at least 2 years to get more to build around him. And Kirk isn't a bad quarterback. I mean, Kirk's played pretty good on the Vikings. They have good weapons, good running back. I mean, the D was the problem the first year he got there. The defense before he got there, when they had Case Keenum, the D was great. Defense got either hurt or just bad his first season there, so they really couldn't do anything. This past season was pretty good. But yeah. Wentz is done. Even when injured, Foles can play Philly's system on top of making his own play. I don't know if the Eagles would bring back Nick Foles. Nick Foles' contract, he got paid, didn't he? Pretty sure he got paid. What did he get paid? $50 million fully guaranteed. Hold up, I just go to the actual. What was it? 4-year, $88 million, 50 guaranteed, or the contract has $50 million in guarantees. $45 million is fully guaranteed at signing. Oh, I see. Foles received 25. 20. Yeah, I can't be reading these contracts for the NFL. It's like you have to read too deeply into it about this. He gets this much. This much is guaranteed. This much is fully guaranteed at signing. But then, if he's on the roster still at this point, he gets this other money that's guaranteed. So it's not actually guaranteed. It's only guaranteed if he doesn't get cut. And if he does get cut, then the guarantee that he had is gone, but also the salary is obviously gone. But also the signing bonus gets prorated the time he's off the team. It's just these NFL contracts are the reason why the NFL players are just in a bad position. Forget 17 games. Forget preseason or playoff buys. It's just bad all the way around. It's just bad all the way around. I'm going to keep these 3. I'm going to keep this up here, I think. I'll keep this. I'll keep that as well. Foles is fragile. Is he? He did get hurt. I don't know about fragile. Can still be able to compete this season with a healthy Cam. That's just not true. Compete for what? I mean, it depends on what you're saying. Compete and contend for what? A Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't think he's fragile. I think it was partially that Foles was really good, but also the Philly system there, and the culture was really good. Plus the defense wasn't that bad either. It was great actually. The O line was great. They actually had weapons. That team as a whole was set up to win. But yeah, Nick Foles was great. Nick Foles was the perfect backup quarterback because he was actually a starter level quarterback. He was actually a starter level quarterback. Yeah. And he's clutch and he's good. I like how he was playing this year in Jacksonville, but I don't really like very much about Jacksonville at all. I don't like Tom Coughlin. Um, but yeah, I don't like Jacksonville's offense in the least bit. Really. Like Dak is lucky. I think he's good. I like that. I don't think he's great, but uh, Dak was definitely more let down by his defense than the team was let down by Dak this year. The Cowboys failures rest more on the back of the defense than they do on Dak. Dak didn't score a lot early in the games, and he didn't get a lot of garbage time stats. But I would blame the defense for those losses quicker than I would blame Dak. The best O line in the league? No, that's an Indy. The Colts are the best O line in the league. I think the Cowboys O line wasn't like they kind of fell off a little bit. Still one of the best. Still probably top five. But the Colts O line, bro. If you peep the Colts O line, they stepped up. Those boys stepped up all the way. 100%. But yeah, damn, I've been up for 2 hours. I can't even talk anymore. I don't know. People doing them 5, 6, 7 hour streams and shit. Like that's crazy to me. But yeah, just basically for right now, I'm gonna do a video talking about some of this same stuff. Probably go a little bit deeper about the situation and how it affects our draft. Or how we look at the draft, how we look at free agency, and more about the money kind of stuff. I've made the same point about talking about the stats so often. I brought up the stats how about how he's played against Julio, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans so many different times. I have to keep doing it, but I want to talk more about in the video I'm going to make. I want to talk more about what this means for the Panthers moving forward, both in free agency and in the draft this upcoming April, because this is big. James Bradberry, whether he's worth the money or not, and he's worth the money, just not worth the money for us in our situation. This is gonna the way you move forward from here is a big one. It's really important because this is a big loss. I mean, everything's a big loss. We're probably gonna lose Mario Addison, but we have way too many big losses on defense on the whole team. Really, how you move forward from this is gonna be really important because we're probably gonna lose a lot of games through the air. You fix the D line. You better hope you find a rookie, I guess, who can cover these dudes 6 games a year. We'll figure it out, though. It might take a year or 2, may even take 3. We'll figure it out, though. Be on IR. That's where Cam could have went. The Colts. You know how the Colts succeeded by trading down? Yeah. Just got a bunch of O-linemen. You should have seen their sack numbers before they traded down from 2016, 17, and 18. No. Was it 18? Yeah, I think it was 2016, 17, and 18. Or it was 15. No, I think it was 15, 16, and 17. Those sack numbers were ridiculous. It's garbage. Not a big loss. See, when you talk about losses, that's the big thing about talking about players being gone. It's not about the player being gone. It's about the assumption that if you pick up someone else, either a rookie or a free agent who is probably going to be a budget free agent guy, are you going to get that same level of production out of them? It's never, free agency has never been about solely that one player, whether he stays or goes. It's about how much better or worse is he than his replacement. Because we all agree James Bradberry isn't the best corner in the league, but you can do a hell of a lot worse than James Bradberry. Same Mario Addison. He's obviously not the best edge guy in the league, but you could do worse than him. You can do worse than Mario Addison. And if you let him walk and you replace him with a guy, is the guy you're replacing with better than Mario Addison? Simple question. But yeah, that's really all it is about that. Look got hurt the first time. Look got hurt the first time 3 different times. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm going to record this video about James Bradberry a little later tonight, probably like around 5 or 6. I got to stop talking. But I might want to talk about quarterbacks. Let's do a whole video about quarterbacks and rookies and our situation for this upcoming year, and how, I guess, if you're looking at getting a rookie quarterback, you're probably looking at not having Cam on the roster. You can't, because it'd be the stupidest thing of all time to use a first or second round pick on a quarterback and keep Cam. Trey flies under the radar? I don't think so. But all right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all stay safe and enjoy your weekend. All right, I'm out.